let's start. So good evening and welcome to the Highgate Select Board on this April Fool's 2021. Our first order of business is public comment for anyone who has something that's not on the agenda.
Dick Harper had hoped to join us.
Okay, well,
He's
maybe
not
he'll,
here.
yeah, maybe he'll join us shortly. So we'll move.
Can we say the pledge, please?
Oh, please, yes.
Oh, there's Ty.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Yep. No, good call. I had my brain thinking about whether or not Lee was going to join us. So I will say again, Ty, do you have anything for public comment? Only if you unmute. There you go.
No, I do not for public comments.
Okay. All right.
Lee is attempting to get back in.
Okay.
Maybe he'll have better luck this time.
Okay. So while we wait to see if Lee joins us, Shelley, do you want to go?
I sure can.
Okay.
So I sent the check warrant out earlier this week. You all should have received that.
Yes. So I only have one question.
Yep.
Was the fire department workman's comp, was that old?
Yes, which is why I paid it directly in
Okay.
hopes to get reimbursed, but it was from January.
Okay. All right. That's what I thought. I just wanted to verify that.
Yes.
Any other questions for Shelley?
I'm
Has
all-
anyone? Go ahead, Kyle.
No, I'm all set.
Okay. So has everyone had a chance to read the check warrant?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So can I have a motion to sign the check warrants at a later date, but allow Shelley to send the checks?
So moved.
Okay. Do I have a second?
I second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
I'll just give you a real speedy update on the delinquent taxes. I'm down to 46 parcels, $73,020.52
Wow.
as of today.
That's awesome.
It's going very well. Yes. So I really hope that people are watching or reading Wendy's minutes and these last 46 parcels get in contact with me, as I will be starting the tax sale process here probably in the next month. So please contact me and get on a payment plan if you need to make arrangements to avoid tax sale and more fees.
Okay. That's great news.
Thank you, Shelley.
Other than that, I don't have anything for you this time.
Okay. Just a quick question. Had you heard anything concerning the COVID relief that was going to be coming our way?
I have not. It sounds like Heidi might have heard something about getting a separate checking account set up, which we do have a separate checking account for federal funds that come to us. It's already a prerequisite to receive those funds. So I think we're all set.
Okay.
I haven't seen any of the details.
Okay. Lee, are you with us? Lee?
He said he still doesn't have sound or video for some reason. It shows you being muted.
Okay, Ty, can you step in and give us some of an update since Lee's having some technical difficulties?
I can do some of it.
Okay.
So, over the last week, I guess I'll back up some. At the last select board meeting, select board approved to make Lee an offer for a full-time position as programs coordinator. Since then, Lee has accepted his official full-time day will be next Monday. So we're really excited about that. Ice is out. Over the last week, we've put turf in, and Lee has started scheduling turf. Sounds like Saturday will be the first turf rental.
Wow.
Then it gets busy on Monday, first full day. It gets busy. So Mother Nature's throwing us this latest curveball. It may keep kids out inside a little bit longer, and it may help with some turf rentals. Lee's got a bunch of programs that he's got currently open. We partnered with Highgate Little League this year and ran their registration through us. And that went well. I think some people were having issues with logins and stuff, but I think Lee has resolved almost all of them as they come in. They'll be working with us with Lee to have a field schedule, something that we've struggled in recent years to have. So we'll know who's on the fields when. It should be a pretty good partnership, and then we'll see how it goes from year to year, how much more of it we absorb. But no, cornhole is open for registration. There's an adult league and it's 13 to 17 league on the site. Soccer program that's going to be starting. I don't know the dates of it. Sounded like the first group had pretty good registrations. I'll have all the numbers for that.
Summer camp?
Lee's been working on a summer camp and going to get that going. I think it's going to start right after school's done for the season, for the year, and go, I don't know, 6 or 8 weeks. I don't really have any of the details in front of me. But yeah, that's something. When we did a survey monkey, and a lot of the responses were to bring back something for the kids for the summer. So he's been working on that really hard. He's contacted Joyce Lafar, who has ran it in previous years. He ran Camp Highgate and got some really good input from her. So we're hoping that takes off and skyrockets, and a lot of partnerships Lee's been making with Crossroads program at the school and with Swanton Rec.
I think that's great, and it's really nice to hear the rec department and the Little League working together.
Yeah.
And Lee, I give you a lot of credit, and I welcome you to the full-time staff. From what I've seen so far, it looks like you're going gangbusters, and God bless you. That's exactly what we needed. I'm assuming all of the programs will be COVID conscious and that children will be protected, just as a matter of course. And so people can feel safe that their children can still participate.
Yep. Yeah. We've had questions about that Young Tykes soccer, about having people, parents in the building. That age group, he's made an age, a limit of participants on it. And because it's just him as the staff running it, he's made it so that one parent can go in with the child to help facilitate, but there won't be any spectators. The spectators will have to use the live that we have set up at the arena already to be able to watch it from home. So we're going to continue to follow everything we had in place for the winter season until the governor opens things up more for us. So
And the live barn actually may be better for grandparents and great grandparents to be able to watch their loved ones without having to get out or park on the sidelines where they might not be able to see too much.
right.
Well, I'm glad we have lots of programs scheduled because I think kids and adults need some recreation time, big time.
Another thing that we're doing as a board is starting a conversation with the Lamoille Valley Rail Trail group. I missed out on the last meeting, but I've been in contact with them since that, and see how we can maintain our section of trail once it's the construction part of it's completed.
Great.
Well, that'll be we won't let it fall behind,
Lee, are you able to communicate?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh man, third device is the charm.
Persistence.
Oh man, I'm on my phone, so I don't know if I can get the video on or not. What else can I say? Ty covered a really good deal of what I had on my list.
So is there anything that we can do to help you, Lee?
The biggest help is being supportive of the programs we're putting on. We're working kind of on marketing and getting it out to the public. So I might be reaching out for your assistance in sort of getting that out there. We've done an awful lot of email blasts and Facebooking, but I know that doesn't catch everyone in the town. And so I want to make sure that we do whatever we can to make sure that those that want to participate can. So helping in marketing and getting it out to the public would be a big help.
Okay. Anything you can think of, Ty, that you need from us that would help you along besides some COVID relief money?
That's a big one, but no, I think we're plugging away. We express concerns when they come up to you guys, when it needs to go to you guys. But I think we're getting the support we need right now.
Okay.
We got some projects that we'd love to have the work group from corrections do, but with COVID, they're not doing that right now. So that's out of our hands. But once they're in, I think that the town contract's still going to stand with them, so we can get them up here. Big one is, in the next couple weeks is we need to do some discussing about getting the monument completed before Memorial Day. That's a big one for us. So that's our biggest project, I think, coming up, that and getting the parks raked and in good shape once in the next couple of weeks.
Okay. So if anyone wants to volunteer for those, or any of the other programs that Lee has put together, they can reach out to Lee and certainly volunteer, even if it's just for an afternoon. Maybe you can help out. And
Yeah, and I guess I didn't catch everything that Ty said, but one of the things that we're doing that's coming up real quick is next Saturday, April 10th. We're partnering with the Bookmobile from Franklin and Grand Isle counties, and we're going to do a big rig day, which has previously been in person, where kids and families can come in and climb on and touch all the different trucks and rigs that are brought to the event. We're doing a drive-through event this year. It's going to be at the Field Days property. So anyone that could come by and support us there and see how that's going would be awesome. We've got right now upwards of about 25 different trucks and vehicles that are going to be parked there for the families to see.
okay, great. What time is that on, Lee?
So that starts for the public from 8 o'clock until noon on Saturday the 10th.
Okay, fabulous. Any other questions for Ty or Lee?
Sharon,
Yes.
yeah, I was hoping Dick Harper was going to be around. I was looking at his map. I wanted to get with Lee and Ty. I don't know if you want to talk about it now, or is the concerts this summer. And Dick did a thing over at the park, and with the cars and stuff, it looks awful tight. I wanted to get a hold of you earlier today, Ty, but I didn't have time and mentioned it before this. But is there any way that we could do something on Sunday nights? I don't know. I know you got your some things going on this summer, but is there any chance on Sunday nights in the ball field we could have them concerts? Because there's plenty of parking at the arena and the school. I wondered if there was any way we could schedule that there.
Personally, I don't see a reason why we couldn't. It's definitely something I would entertain talking with Dick about and make sure that it would work for him.
Because I think looking at the map and stuff right now, that it looks awful tight over in Highgate Falls. You know, it just looks like the cars are going to be squished. And I just think if we could park them at the arena and they could get out in the ball field and spread out, you know, I don't know. It's just something I wanted to bring up and run it by you. And
You know, even if we had something going on in the arena, I mean, right now we're at a capacity limit in the arena, so our parking lot wouldn't be full, you know. And then there's all the overflow at the school on a Sunday night. That's the school parking lot's empty, so
right.
you could have something inside and outside and still be social distanced and have enough area to do it all, I think.
No, that's
Right.
not a bad idea.
You know,
Um,
there's power there where there's not power in the Falls Park currently, but
right.
we can get it in the park. It just be one more step to take.
Yeah, and you wouldn't even have to use the ball field, really. You could use
Right.
the spot between the new storage building in the back of the
Yeah.
arena. And
Yeah.
put your talent there.
Yeah. I think if somebody needs to contact Dick and see if it's something that he's interested in.
Yeah, and you could even maybe get the snack bar open on those Sunday nights,
Yeah,
Yep.
or a food truck, so people could, have a snack and enjoy their Sunday evening.
Yep.
right.
I'll shoot an email out connecting you and we'll try to carry the conversation forward from there.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
it's a good idea.
Would they be able to go in the building or would you want to have a portalette there also?
I think it'd be better to have a portalette. That's what I think, but
There's one currently there.
Okay.
yeah,
It's there from Little League right straight through till end of soccer. Actually, this year they didn't pick it up, but so yeah.
I think it'd be a lot easier if we had a portalette and didn't open up them bathrooms. I don't know
Right.
how you feel about it, Ty, but
I agree, but I wouldn't be, I mean, that's not a deal breaker if they need to do about,
right.
we'll figure it out.
And really, it's not that expensive for the portalette. Maybe we'd want to put in a second portalette,
Yeah,
that could be used both by Little League and the concert series.
Drumac
What?
Drumac donates the arena portalette every year.
The one at the town clerk's also, right?
No, we pay $100 a month for that one. And
Oh, you
with
do?
COVID, yep, and with COVID, we did decide to keep that year round.
Oh, okay.
now, like if we were gonna do something over there, would it be better to have like a handicap one for the older people at the arena?
It wouldn't be a bad idea.
Older people have trouble getting in.
Sure. We just want to make sure that they were cleaned.
Right.
Sometimes they get a little disgusting. Children sometimes play in them and not necessarily just do their business.
Right.
And sometimes it's not just children.
Children.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that would be great.
Sharon,
Yes.
I just would like to, it's not a question, it's more of a comment. Thank Ty very much for everything this guy does and also welcome Lee aboard. It definitely sounds like he's got the best interest of this facility in mind, and I really appreciate that. And no one's brought up the Memorial Day parade, but COVID or no COVID, in my opinion, we have to have a parade.
I'm with you, Kyle.
We've got to do this. And no, I'm so sick of hearing the word socially distanced, that statement. But there's no reason why we cannot have a parade and keep everybody socially flipping distant. We need to honor these people for what they've done for us. And I'm going to fight for that parade. And I hope I've got the majority with me.
You do.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did hear today, driving on my talk radio, that the governor, I think, is going to announce 3-foot social distancing is going to be.
See, this is the thing. I mean, we've been led around by our noses that had to be 6 feet, had to wear a mask. Everyone's done that. Well, not everyone, but the vast majority. And all of a sudden, 3 foot, well, that's close enough. By May, the end of May, Memorial Day, the vaccinations, everything. I just think us as town officials, we need to start pushing back a little bit. I don't want to see outbreaks either. However, people are going to snap if we don't start bringing things back to some kind of normalcy. And I think Memorial Day weekend and honoring our vets is the first place to start that, and in my opinion.
And have you spoken with the fire department? I know they were talking about doing a drive-through chicken barbecue as well.
I have not, but quite honestly, I personally wouldn't agree with that, a drive-through barbecue. I have not spoken to them. There's no reason why you can't have an in-person barbecue. When you take a major structure fire and you take 3 or 4 towns and stick them together, the firefighters aren't wearing masks. They're closer than 3 feet together, all right? I think some common sense has to start playing a role in this. And there's no reason why we can't have a barbecue. I'm not saying that seats should be set up, that people are sitting next to each other to eat, because that would be crazy, right? But there's no reason why it has to be a drive-through barbecue, in my opinion. We can do this. And I just think it's time that we start letting people live again and stop letting this live or just control our lives. It's time to push back.
I agree with you, Kyle. And one thing I do want to say is it's almost time to do away with this Zoom thing.
I would agree too, Richard. I really like face-to-face. I think more, it's about the people that are coming in. It's the public who is allowed to come in. They have to be safe. And
Right.
to keep our town administrator safe. So,
Right.
I'm not, believe me, I'm not trying to sound like I don't believe in COVID. It's not that at all. I believe
Right.
it's real, it's everything. But come May, June, with the vaccinations, the way the president keeps saying is gonna happen, it's just time we get back, guys. It's just time that we start pushing back and saying, all right, we have a bridge to dedicate. We have things that we need to do. And nobody knows how long we're going to be here. So people have to know how much we appreciate them while we're still here. That's my soapbox, and thank you.
No, absolutely. And I know the Memorial Day committee has been talking about this already.
So on that, Kyle, in 19, Memorial Day of 19, Debbie Rouse, myself, and 2 of 4th grade and a 2nd grade class went to the cemetery beside the fire station and put flags out on some of the veterans' graves. I'm a community partner member with a 4th grade class at the Highgate School this year. And last week I did my monthly meet with the kids, and that 4th grade class is, and maybe even the whole 4th grade is interested in doing it again this year. So we're trying to make it a tradition that the kids go put flags on the graves again. And I remember going when I was in school. So they're all for it. So I'm excited about that.
Right.
Um,
And
just to give-
and I think that's excellent. I think that's excellent. It's great to know that the generations coming up, they have someone that's helping them learn something that the system might not want them to know.
Okay. All right. So anything else on the Memorial Day? Okay. Anything else on Summer Sounds? Okay. Shelley, we're all set with you?
Yes, unless you have
Okay.
anything else for me.
Does anybody have anything else for Shelley? Okay, moving right along to Wendy.
Very long minutes from March 18th. Tell me
Okay.
about it.
Has everybody had a chance to read the minutes?
Yep.
Okay. Do I have,
Kyle's the only one that wasn't there.
right. Do I have a motion to accept the minutes?
I'll make that motion.
Okay. Byrne is seconding. Okay. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
We have Green Up Day and Household Hazardous Waste Day, both happening on Saturday, May 1st. I did just get the posters for Green Up Day to start advertising. I do not yet have bags. I ordered 200 and VTrans is supposed to be delivering those to town offices next week. So I'll get the word out when those are available and where you can pick them up. I've already got quite a few people asking for them, and Bernie Tremblay in particular, he's doing a heck of a job on our roadsides and has been for weeks. He picked up what I had left from last year, and then we gave him a bunch of regular trash bags. I see him out there every day. So I wanted to thank Bernie for all that he's doing.
Absolutely. Thank you, Bernie.
Yes,
Thank you,
I've
Byrne.
seen him as well. He's doing a great job.
And the only other thing I have, and that I've pretty much, the only thing I've been doing for the last week is licensing dogs. The deadline was today. We are just shy of 600 licensed dogs right now, which is about 2/3 of the way to where we want to be. So we're in better shape than past years for sure. The drop box has been a blessing, and people have been using the mail. A lot of people have been making appointments to come in. A lot of people have been paying with a card on the website. So I think we've offered people enough ways to license their dogs that it's actually happening much better than I anticipated. So I wanted to thank everybody for doing that. We did have our clinic last weekend at the arena. It ended up being about a 4-hour clinic. We started at 8:45 and wrapped up around 1 o'clock. I got some numbers from the vet. We vaccinated a total of 285 animals. Most received both shots. The vast majority did. So somewhere between 550 and 570 vaccines total were given on Saturday. Shelley and I licensed 125 Highgate dogs at our table alone that day. So it was a very, very busy day. I wanted to thank Pause for Thought and their crew. Highgate Fire Department was out in the parking lot. So I wanted to thank them. Karen Fortin was there. Richard, he was there. Shelley was with me, and Mary Souza and Shelby, our ACO. We all had our jobs to do, and it went, I would say for the most part, very well. And other than, I think Richford might have held a clinic this year. I'm not certain about that, but other than that, I don't believe any other towns did. So we had people coming from as far away as Underhill, was what the vet told me. So
Wow.
yeah, it was a good day, a busy day. So I wanted to thank everybody that helped out. And I went home and took a nap.
Well, it's a great service that you're all providing, and you all should be thanked heartily, because there are some that wouldn't get that protection without you guys.
So yeah, so I'm gonna run late fees. I'm gonna empty up the drop box in the morning and process what's in there that came in after I left today. And then we're gonna run late fees. So starting tomorrow, the fee for dogs is now 22 or 26, depending if they are spay or neutered or not. So I will be sending out notices and following up with the other 300 people that didn't get it done by today.
Okay.
That's it for me.
Thank you, Wendy.
Welcome.
Thank you, Wendy. Thanks, Wendy.
Okay, Heidi.
I have a few things that I've put under select board items because I've already broached them with you at the last meeting and we didn't get a chance to come to conclusion about them, but I did want to just mention the Recovery Act funds. So it does seem like the arena is one of the things that we can use that money for. I've been looking to see if there was a fund. There was previously, we checked last year, there was one. It closed out in December. So I think I spoke with VLCT. They didn't see another program specific to municipal loss opening up again, but that the arena's loss is quite likely covered under the Recovery Act. So those funds, so many questions still remain, but they did say on the website today that they're anticipating that the state will have those funds by early May, and then they will be distributing it to the towns, and it should be in all the towns' accounts by June 9th. So not so far off. We should be seeing that fairly soon. That's it for me.
Okay. So zoning administrator, we have been absent one, but we had agreed to enter into a contract with Northwest Regional Planning. And it's my understanding that they have now hired a zoning administrator who will become Highgate's zoning administrator. So has everyone had a chance to look at that information about Michael Johnson?
I have.
Okay. If it's agreeable with the board, I'd take a motion to accept Michael Johnson as our zoning administrator, who is employed by the Northwest Regional Planning.
So moved.
Do I have a
Second it.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
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 Okay.
Sharon, one quick second. Heidi, when we were meeting with Catherine from Northwest Regional Planning, she said because the zoning administrator is very specific, it still had to go through the planning commission.
Yes, I did talk to Catherine about that today because I noted to her that the planning commission doesn't meet until the 20th. And she thought that because we had already been to the planning commission and they had agreed to put the authority to hire into the regional planning commission's hands, that was a sufficient recommendation to the select board.
Perfect.
So,
I just didn't want this to not count.
Yeah.
right. Yeah, no, we discussed it today and I thought we'd have to wait until the 20th, but Luke did come to you last time and say that he was in favor of this and confident in the Northwest Regional Planning Commission's ability to select a good zoning administrator. And they are very excited to hire Michael because he has a mix of a military background as well as environmental studies. And he is very detail oriented and he's actually been working for the Regional Planning Commission for approximately a year. Funny story, he approached the town of Highgate to see if he could do an internship here because he has an attachment to Highgate. I kind of think he grew up here. And I didn't think that Highgate could manage it. So I asked if Regional Planning Commission could help with that. And then they ended up scooping him up and he's been there since. So they say he's a great employee. And they were very happy to get him into a full-time position.
Good. Do we have a start date?
Well, they are currently training him, so they will put him through a good knowledge training on zoning administrator. And then we were hoping to connect with them late next week to show him the office, familiarize him with our files. And then I think he should be able to start soon after that.
Okay, great.
Yes. And just one note on the contract, the agreement that is in there. Catherine did say that she took it to the Regional Planning Commission board last night. And one of the issues that they raised was just be sure that Highgate understood that if there were any appeals of a decision of the zoning administrator, that those expenses would be Highgate's. And so it sounded like a very logical, fair request. And so she was taking it back to the attorneys to have that clause added in. So she asked if you could do the same that her board had done and approve it pending that final legal edit.
Okay, so can I have a motion to accept the contract with Northwest Regional Planning pending legal approval?
So moved.
Second? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 Okay.
Good question here.
Yeah, go ahead, Ty.
So will Michael be working out of the Highgate office a certain amount of days a week or?
Yes.
Okay.
Up to 60.
Ultimately, I don't know if he'll need to work remotely for a while. Regional Planning Commission doesn't have any employees at their office or attending meetings. So the meeting is intended to familiarize them with Highgate. And then I'm not sure if he'll be working in the office or from home for a while until they change that rule.
Right, but after COVID, the intent is to be in Highgate's office.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, so we've had a request for a gentleman to fly his drone in our Highgate airspace in order to do a project where he photographs all 251 towns in Vermont. So he wrote and asked if we would give him permission and our blessing to take photographs of our town that he could share.
And I think he was also asking for your recommendations of what you think would be the best things for him to photograph. What would you like to highlight?
Vern's. That'd be Vern's house. Vern's house.
Not a certified drone pilot. I guess my only concern would be privacy. Is I got no issue with taking pictures of public places. But if it's private property, probably needs to get permission from the landowner. That'd be my only concern with operation.
Like I said, Vern's house.
So any suggestions as to where? I would think the dam,
Damn.
bridge.
Municipal building, the
Yeah,
rink.
I think some of these future project sites, the P.E.G Road, you know, I know we can only go so close to the airport, but maybe down around Field Days site that may be expanded in future years.
Yeah, I was actually just thinking of the rec area, the municipal building. I think the Field Days is great. That also keeps us away from the privacy to like Vern said. So we're not in someone's backyard. personally don't have any problem with that.
Be nice to the shoreline somewhere. Just to
Absolutely.
show that.
I also from the a soft spot in my heart, McEwen's 100 years in business. And
Yep.
they're 100 year with also the Sourcey store.
Yep.
Those are two businesses that have been here for many, many years.
So can we make a motion to approve his request with the caveat that private property would require landowner permission?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 Okay. I would like to give a shout out to our Public Works Department. Having seen some of the damage around the county in their roads, we are very fortunate to be in the position we are right now, and that's very much thanks to the Public Works. So
Absolutely.
Butch, Luke, Nick, thank you very much for your great job. We can be assured that people can get emergency vehicles to their homes and they can get to their homes, and we take that for granted, but having seen some of the pictures, not everyone can say that. So great job.
Great shout out, Sharon. I completely agree. Thanks very
Yep.
much to the Public Works.
I'd like to thank whoever in the town replaced our stolen street signs my way. They're all back in place.
Didn't catch that.
Couldn't, yeah, we couldn't quite hear that, Vern. You're breaking up.
Hold on, let me. Is this any better?
Yes.
Yes.
Public Works, want to thank them too for getting the street signs back up. A bunch of them went missing here in the last couple of months. It's all back. Two of them, pretty much stole. So we should use paying attention.
Vern, we got to work on that connection, brother.
Okay.
Okay, one of the other things we had under select board was we had looked at some information about know before for some of our security concerns. They have offered us a contract. Some of us have seen this company's work before. So what is the pleasure of the select board?
Before you launch into that, Sharon, Shelley, I approached Shelley about we would have to have a point person to manage this project, to be the one that was selecting the trainings and spoof emails. And Shelley had a conversation with Matt. Shelley, are you able to just share your opinions on this?
I can go over a little bit of what Matt and I kind of discussed. My first thought was it was kind of pricey. Matt said it was probably not pricey considering everything that's included. But there are many things in that contract that he said we will probably never use, mostly due to our small size. Newsletters, posters, images, smart groups, using and reporting APIs. I don't even know what that means. Security roles, active directory integration, and there's a few others. So maybe this program is overkill. Matt suggested there are a few free resources, and I did pass a couple examples on to Heidi. And I'm more than happy to share with those. He said, I guess one of the biggest concerns was who's going to be enforcing, especially our volunteer boards, to take this training. will it be money wasted? I mean, I don't have any power over the planning commission. So speaking of the point person, you know, who does have the time to send the emails, the spoofing, watching the activity, reporting the activity. So many things to think about before you just say yes.
No, it's too much. It's too much.
Yeah, and I would agree that it was quite expensive for what we would use out of the program. If Matt
Well,
has,
Heidi
Go ahead.
had mentioned that VLCT was going to reimburse us $1,000. So the cost, once the reimbursement comes through, probably isn't the issue. I think it's really going to break down to who's going to man this project. It's basically an IT person. And
Right.
I don't think Matt's going to take that on.
And Vern just asked if it might be possible for them to tailor it down for us a little bit. I'm not sure. I think I can definitely ask, but I got the impression that they've gotten a lot of backing from insurance companies for businesses. That's why VLCT said, because I asked for something much smaller, could we just pay our IT guy to do some trainings to help people be a little more tech savvy, maybe, and be a little more aware? And they said no. But if we do this program with this company, they'll cover it. So
But it's
I
gonna be-
agree with everything Shelley and Matt are saying. It's a big thing. It's a big wheel to turn for Highgate.
I think my problem is we're not getting a training. We're subscribing to do this training ourselves. And that's where the issue is. Who's going to,
Yeah.
we don't have a person to do it.
For Richard and I, a $30 S-wing hammer would be all you need for IT. So I think it's not something that's practical for us.
In the office, the firewalls that Matt has set up are phenomenal. There are some emails that don't come through from safe people. So it's not an office issue. It's more of the boards that have their iPads that are using a town email account. But those are our volunteers. And again, who's going to take an hour to do a training when they're a volunteer? Who's going to force that upon them?
Completely agree with you, Shelley. I had to go through this training with my job, and there's no way in God's green earth I would have done it if I wasn't being paid. So yeah, absolutely.
I get the same at my job. It's just the same thing, and it's painful. And from what I read, just I can't remember, a lot of it I don't see us needing here in our small town. We don't have a lot of classified information or anything like that. You know, we better look at maybe another option. Some cheap.
Yeah.
Or we can, try the videos. Matt recommended a couple videos and try to encourage, volunteer participation.
I also thought even post-COVID, if we could have a one-day, everyone hands-on in the same room kind of a training might be more effective and efficient than self-training.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think that's absolutely the answer to this. I really do.
yeah, I would agree too. I think we're all in agreement that we're going to pass on the no before. But can we have a motion?
Make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all those that agree that no before is not for us, say aye.
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 Okay. Heidi, I wanted to reach out and ask if you could have the ambulance service come to our next meeting. And probably police as well, as we're coming into a spring season. And having listened before, would we like to do that as an in-person meeting with Zoom for outside participants only?
I make that motion.
All
Okay.
second.
All right, so we will have an in-person meeting for our next meeting. We will social distance, but we will be closed to the public except for Zoom, which allows them to have access to comply with our open meeting laws.
Where are you hoping to do this?
Office.
We are the community room.
We don't have to be 3 feet apart now, so there's plenty of room.
Yeah. But that'll get updates from them, and if we can schedule the fire department for the meeting after that, so we can get updates from our committees, so we continue to know what's going on. Probably the fire department, and how about the library?
I was anticipating Joe would be with us tonight.
Can you guys hear me?
Something must have come up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I changed my internet connection. I hope this is better. Give me a thumbs up or something if you can hear me.
I can tell him if you need me to, Vern. Heidi, I forwarded you an email at the beginning of this meeting from Joe.
Oh. And
He basically said he wasn't coming to this meeting and he was talking about the fire truck. What he wanted to relay to the select board about selling the fire truck. I sent it to Vern too, just so somebody would have it.
I got it.
Yeah,
So
I got it.
if
You
you
have
hear
it?
me, yeah, basically Joe says he thinks the most we can get for the fire truck is around 10,000. I think he's suggesting the price.
Yeah.
What did Vern just say? I didn't hear Vern.
Vern said that the only thing Joe said was that he thought the truck would sell for around 10,000. That was the most that we'd get for it.
Yes, it says he's okay with whatever the board comes up with, but Dan DeSorcy has told him that he thinks the most we can get is around 10,000. And that was the only updated information he had to share.
Yeah.
And I honestly think if you get $10,000, you won the lottery.
Do you
Yeah.
want to put it out to bid like you did the mower and the highest bidder wins?
I would like to see that. I don't have a problem with that as long as we have a right of refusal.
I
If
believe you
somebody-
always do when it, yeah, that's written into, I think, all of our RFPs.
Yeah, and I'd like to contact the Vermont Fire Association too, and reach out. I'm gotta believe that there is a small town in Vermont that would love that bumper truck.
Sharon. It'd probably be a good idea to get a hold of Keith. He's on that board.
Okay, perfect.
I'll mention it to him.
Because the truth of it is, if you don't find someone like Sharon just said, anybody that buys that truck, they're just going to cannibalize it. They're just going to tear it apart and parts it out. So I think that's a great idea, Sharon. Thank you.
Someone did contact me last week that was interested, but the original price was much too high. They were not willing to pay that.
They didn't give you an idea what they were thinking that was worth, Shelley?
They said just about the same thing that Joe said, around 10,000 would be the max.
Yeah, yeah. It's sad, but the truck is 25 years old, and although it has very low mileage, it's 25 years old. And unfortunately, trucks like this you see in third world countries, they don't have a lot of value.
It's older than that, Kyle. It's 32 years old.
He's 32 years old, no kidding. Yeah.
87.
I'll go back to, if you get 10 grand for it, you won the lottery.
Yeah.
So no minimum bid, right of refusal. And we'll reach out to the fire department associations.
Okay. Is there anything else for select board? Todd? Oh, so go ahead.
I was just going to remind Richard that there was a question about the recurring issues that we're having with the freezing septic. Do you want to would you like to have someone look at that and make some sort of determination why that might be happening?
I think it'd be a good idea that we checked into it. Because some of the buildings freezing and some of the building isn't. So is there 2 lines there, or what's the story? You know. What do you think, Sharon?
I thought the Public Works Department knew where it was freezing and that they were gonna deal with that come spring or summer.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my understanding, and I know I had talked to Butch about that too, that we need to fix that problem instead of just pushing it off. And
Okay. And the other thing, while we're on it, we got to, I don't know if it's Heidi checks into it or Wendy, but as quick as the roofer gets back from Florida, we want that roof checked in the valley there, where it's jammed a little bit.
yes,
Is it Gabe? I think it is, or
Abe.
Yeah.
Abe.
Yeah, he had asked for some pictures. And when I talked to Butch, he said that Bruce had come by, they looked at it again, they didn't think it was as bad as they had thought before, and I haven't seen any pictures to forward, so I will follow up.
okay.
Hey, Henry, I was there one day, and Henry came by and looked at it and said that it should be okay till Abe gets back from Florida, but need to check it out.
Oh, it's good to follow up.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay,
Anything else? Ty, do you need to go into executive?
I don't think I have any reason to, no.
Okay. Wendy, I am gonna ask that you go into executive with us. Okay. So can I have a motion to end the regularly scheduled select board meeting?
Moved.
Second it.
Okay. And then to enter into executive with Heidi Bridge Valenta and Wendy Dusablanc. Okay. All
Have a
those
good
in
night.
favor say aye.
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 All right.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
bye, thank you.